Okay, Brick Brigade, welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at this mega bulk buy that we've been able to put together over the last couple of weeks. There's about 300 to 400 minifigures, so without further ado, let's jump right in and get to it. At the top, we have a light-up Luminara Unduli who works. She's missing her cape, but the lightsaber still lights up. We have the UCS Slave One Boba Fett. We have the OG Shock Trooper. We have the Imperial Shuttle Pilot with the printed arms. That's the expensive one. Next to him we have the Airborne Trooper with the dark bluish gray comma. That is also the rare, more expensive one. It's like a $50, $60 figure. We have the OG Mace Windu. That is not the light up version. It looks very similar to him, except it's the removable lightsaber non-light up version with the chrome hilt. We have the Fifth Brother from Obi-Wan, the Inquisitor there. Next to him we have Savage Opress, complete with his armor and dual-bladed lightsaber. Then we have an old school Watto. That was one of the early designs. That's an expensive figure. It's almost a $200 figure. Next to Watto we have Ula. We have a couple of Ulas today. And moving left to right, we have two P1 Commander Foxes, complete. We have the P2 Fox. We have two Commander Codys. We've got the P2 Cody there on the top. We're looking at the top row just in case anybody is confused. We've got the P2 Commander Cody. Next to him we have the complete P1 Commander Cody. We have, everybody loves Commander Wolf, the P1 version there, also complete. We have three different versions of Captain Rex. We have the P1, the OG P2, and the newer P2 without the pauldron. I have a bunch of them with the pauldrons, but they're put away. I'm going to let those guys appreciate and value. And then we have the P2 Gree on the far right. Let's go back and see what's next. Okay, second row down, looking left to right, we have two Hera Syndulas. Those are the original versions from the Rebels show. We have Jacen Syndulla from the Ahsoka show. We have a minty Zeb from Rebels. We have a minty Ezra with his helmet, hair, and Ezra's version of his lightsaber. We have Taun We, the Kaminoan. We have Shin Hati. We have Snow Chewbacca. We have the OG version of Bib Fortuna. That is the one I believe is exclusive to Jabba's palace. We have a Gamorrean guard. That's one of the newer ones. We have an OG Anakin with headset and the old crazy 70s hairdo. We have a Sith face Anakin. We have Anakin with headset, and I don't know if that is the one with the dirt stains. He's got the brown legs with the black printing, and then we have another Anakin with the headset. I think that one is the one next to him with the dirt stains. We have an old man Obi-Wan with the printed on legs and cape. We have Padawan Obi-Wan with the breather and cape. We have middle-aged Obi-Wan, and then we have three different versions of Mace Windu. We have the UCS version, we have the Clone Tank version, and then we have the Clone Wars version of him. Let's see what we've got on the third row down. Okay, we're looking at the third row down, going from left to right. We have Shock Trooper with the white legs, ARF Trooper, complete, mint condition. That is the Rancor version of the ARF Trooper. Then we have the standard ARF Trooper with the white arms and the non-Rancor battalion helmet. We have the P1 Gunner. We have one of the OG P2 clones. We have a couple of different versions of P1 clones. We have the printed legs version. We have the non-printed legs version. Next to the P1, we have a Bomb Squad, Clone Bomb Squad. We have a P2 212 with the printed legs and the orange arms. Moving from left to right, we have Tatooine Luke with the old 70s style, 80s style haircut. We have Luke with the shaggy hair. We have Jedi Master Luke. We have Back to Tank Luke. That is one of the newer versions. You can tell by the different printing that he has on him, and also the printing on his legs is different than the older one. We have Celebration Ceremony Luke with the removable medal. That is the one from the new Yavin 4 set. We have Luke from when he was training to become a Jedi on the Falcon with the blast visor so he can't see anything. We have Ki-Adi-Mundi. We have two versions of Barriss Offee. And then we have Qui-Gon Jinn with cape and lightsaber. Let's see what we've got next. And yes, we are moving quickly through these because we have so many figures to get through. Going from left to right, we have the UCS AT version of the Snowtrooper Commander. That is the more valuable one. That only comes in that one set. We have two different Imperial Snowtroopers there. The way they're different is they have different color heads and different, I think one's a female, one's a male. We have an OG, that is the old dark gray AT driver there on the left right here. That's an expensive figure. We have several different versions of Sand Troopers with their pauldrons. We have an OG mustache version of Stormtrooper there with the printed legs. We have another clone trooper. I believe that is the one that comes with the homing droid spider tank. The modified long blaster there. Going again from left to right, we have Princess Leia from Endor with the Endor outfit. We have another Endor outfit, newer version, olive green. We have two different versions of Princess Leia here in the white gown. The one on the left is the older version. The one on the right with the braided hair is the newer one from Yavin 4. We have Jyn Erso, complete. We have Ahsoka Tano, Padawan version. We have Senator Padme Amidala, the newer version from the gunship that just came out. We have an old yellowhead version of Padme Amidala. We have Kira from Solo, played by Emilia Clarke. We have Fennec Shand on the right. Let's see what we've got in the next row. All right, again, starting left to right, we're going to start with the Death Troopers. We have two Death Troopers. We have Grand Moff Tarkin. We have several versions. Looks like 4 different versions of General Veers. We have the UCS version with the dual molded legs. We have another one with the molded helmet and goggles with the printed on goggles. We have the older version of General Veers. We have the younger version of General Veers. And we have an AT-ST driver there with the molded helmet. We have 2 different versions of the Scout Trooper. This one with the light bluish gray arms and the white torso, that is the Hoth version. Pretty cool in my opinion. Again, keeping going from left to right, we have Wooher from the Mos Eisley Cantina. And I think one other set, we have Dr. Evasian also, I believe, in 2 different sets. I could be wrong. It might just be one set. They're both from Mos Eisley either way. We have a Death Watch figure. We have the Armorer. We have several armorers you'll see later on. We have 2 different Din Djarin Mandos. We have Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon, Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and Paz Vizsla. All right, let's see what we've got next. All right, so next to the Death Trooper, below the Death Trooper, going from left to right, we have Marek from Ahsoka. We have 2 different versions of Darth Vader, one with printed arms, one without. Obviously, the one with printed arms also has the printed legs. Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. We have the TIE Interceptor pilot. We have a hover tank pilot or driver. I guess it's probably a driver. We have Iden Versio in the red and black from Battlefront, or Battlefront 2, the Inferno Squad. We have a newer version of the Imperial Coruscant Guard Shock Trooper. We have Chancellor Palpatine, the newer version. We have the Scarif Captain, Shore Trooper Captain with the 1 blue arm. There we have, I believe, can't think of this guy's name off the top of my head. I believe it begins with an H. Or maybe that's this guy. Both of these guys have odd names that I cannot remember. I'll put them in post-production. We have Weequay. We have, I believe that is a Klatooian. Man, this is a tough row for me recalling who's who. Can't remember this guy's name either. This Bosk is mismatched. The head doesn't go with this body, but it is what it is. This is the correct head that goes with this body. It's the same head as this one, but this is what it's supposed to look like. So that's obviously Bosk. We have Lieutenant Beta from Ahsoka. We have Unkar Plutt Pow there, the guy with the wide open mouth who screams in, I believe, Rogue One. And this person here, I also cannot remember the name of this alien right here, but we will add that in post-production. Let's see what's next. Okay, continuing on left to right, we've got General Jan Dodonna. We've got Jace Malcolm. We have the Endor version of Han Solo with the long trench coat there and the printed legs. Really cool version. We have Han from Yavin 4, the Celebration version. We have General Riken. We have Brody from Rogue One. We have Cassian Andor with the blue coat from Rogue One. I can't remember the name of the gentleman here with the blue arms. We have Nix, or is it Mix Nadine? I can't remember what his name is. I know his last name is Nadine. Next to Nadine, we have Hoth Rex. Again, going left to right, we have a Dark Trooper. We have NIL-8, which is Annihilate, which is pretty cool. I like it when they get clever with their robot names, their droid names. We have the Kessel Security Droid, I believe is what that is, that red droid. We have a couple different versions of C-3PO. We have the red-armed version, and then we have the printed toes version of C-3PO from Yavin 4. We have Todo 360. We have Professor Hu Yang from Ahsoka. We have Chopper, the original version, and then we have the two droids. Well, obviously the one on the right is R2. I can't remember the exact designation of the one in the middle there, the grayish colored one, but they are both from the Yavin 4 set. Okay, our final row of the risers. Going again from left to right, we have a Rebel Endor, an Endor Rebel Commando. We have two different Ewoks. One I believe is Paploo, the other is Wicket. I could be wrong. I'll correct myself in post-editing. If I am wrong, we have Malakili, the Rancor Keeper. We have Poe Dameron. We have Rowan Freemaker with his sister Cordy Freemaker. We have, next to Cordy, in the middle there in the blue, we have Cara Dune. We have the female Yavin Guard, obviously from Yavin 4. We have the Yavin Rebel Fleet Trooper, also from Yavin 4. We have two different pilots here, both from the Yavin 4 set. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I'll add that in post-production. We have Diggs Darklighter with the awesome helmet. That's the more expensive version of him. I believe that is a U-Wing pilot there in the blue. Nougat, or medium Nougat pilot right here. I believe that is Gunner Page, I want to say. We have a T-16 pilot. We have Ten Nub in the white. And we have a Rebel pilot, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, with the blue and the white helmet with the New Republic symbols there. And then we have two different versions of Luke Skywalker as a pilot. Let's move on to the large base plate and see what we've got there. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have quite a few Bomb Squad troopers. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, at least 8 more Bomb Squad troopers. We have another version of the 212th. We have a Horn Company. We have a couple of different 501sts without helmet holes, two different versions. We have the newer version with the helmet holes. Obviously, we have the non-helmet hole jetpack trooper there. We have P1 Gree. In front of P1 Gree, we have the 332nd with the holes. We have an airborne from Ginormous. We have a slightly damaged ARF trooper from the Rancor Battalion. As you guys can see, there are a ton of figures on this plate. We have B1 battle, we have super battle droids, we have commando droids, we have some of the old versions of the Gamorrean Guards. We have Summertime Vader, we have a Senate Commando, we have a Praetorian Guard in the red, First Order Officer in the blue, we have a Sith Trooper, we have a Sith Fleet Officer, we have several more different versions of P1s. Next to the P1s, we have the Bausch Leia. Really cool figure, very expensive figure. We have multiple more versions, multiple more figures of the Han with the metal. I believe I have the heads incorrect on him. I believe Luke and Han are actually, the heads need to be switched. So behind him we have the Celebration Luke Skywalkers. We have the Clone Wars Obi. We've got a couple more Obi-Wans in the back there. We've got another Padawan Obi with cape and lightsaber. Behind him we have a middle-aged Obi-Wan with the headset, hood, and cape. We've got a couple of Mandalorian tribal warriors. We have a couple of different versions of Yoda. We have the Clone Wars version. We have the lime green version. We have the olive green version. More General Dodanas. We have another Malakili. We have another Scarif trooper, shore trooper captain. We have several of the new version of the P2 shock troopers. We have another version of, or another copy of Chancellor Palpatine. We have a Marek. Han Solo with Carbonite. We have another Senator Padme Amidala there from the gunship. We have a couple more Mace Windus. We have the Mimban Stormtrooper in the front with the beautiful cape. We have multiple versions of P2 Fox. We have more P2 Commander Codys. In the back there we have Sabine with the very hard to find red helmet. That's the second one of two that I have owned First one sold a couple weeks ago. This one is obviously also up for grabs. That's the last one I own. Cool figure. Definitely highly sought after. That helmet is not easy to find. And that helmet is beautiful. So we have Mud Trooper Han from the Solo story. We have 3 more of the Yavin 4 C-3POs. We have at least 3 more of the R2s. All of those figures here in this row, C-3PO down through the 6 astromechs. Those are all from Yavin 4. We have a BB-8. We have Red Arm C-3PO again, another Professor Huyang. Again, starting from front to back, we have Tobias Beckett right here from the Solo movie in his Imperial disguise. We have another lot of, it looks like 6 more of the female Yavin security guards. Behind her we have, looks like 6 more of the Rebel Fleet Troopers from the Yavin 4 set. From Rogue One we have, I believe it's Corporal Basterin, I want to say. Corporal Basterin off the top of my head. Really not a cheap figure. I think he came in 1 set. I think it was the TIE Striker. We have 6 more pilots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 10 more pilots from the Yavin 4 set. This here is the TIE Striker pilot. You can tell by the lines on his helmet. I believe that's the only figure that has that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more versions of the Leia from Yavin 4. We have 2 Ahsokas from the fighter tank. We have another repainted Beskar armor. Boba Fett, another Oola, also in mint condition. Behind Oola we have Darth Maul, standard Darth Maul. Then we have the Darth Maul with mechanical legs. Back here in the back we have an artillery trooper with the yellow and black pauldron, brand new, still in the box, and his mortar. We have the TIE Pilot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions of Chewbacca from the Yavin 4 set. We have the OG reddish brown Chewie. We have 1, 2, 3 of the white holiday Ewoks. We have Captain Tarpals, excuse me. We have the Klatooinian Raider. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's the skiff guard from the Desert Skiff. Weequay, Unkar's Thug in the back here with the gold pry bar. And our final row, we have the Imperial Ground Crew Technician. This character has a name off the top of my head. I'm blanking on what it is. I'll try to add it in post-production. We have Omega, the only Australian-speaking clone. Not quite sure how that happened, but that's what happened. We have 1, 2 more armorers. We have Zori Bliss, Poe's girlfriend. We have 1, 2 different newer versions of Hoth Rebel Troopers. We have another 80s haircut version of Anakin with the headset. We have Clone Wars Anakin with the scar across his eye. Can't remember the name of the woman behind him. She is from the newer movies. And then we have Finn in the back. And then behind Finn we have Luke from the Rancor pit, with the bone that he uses to pry open and keep the Rancor from devouring him. Speaking of which, we have Jabba from Jabba's palace with Salacious B. Crumb. And speaking of the Rancor, we have a mint condition, fully complete Rancor from the Rancor pit. This is not an easy figure to find fully complete and in mint condition. A lot of time you'll see scratches and chips. You'll see that he's missing his claws. He's missing his fingers. This guy is in really nice condition. And we had some other various things that we were able to acquire. We have a couple of sets here. We have the Armorer's Forge. We have the Bad Batch attack shuttle, and we have a speeder bike from, I forgot what set that is from, but it comes obviously with Din Djarin and Grogu and some weapons. My son has these mystery bags that we sell in our Whatnot streams. They're full of different like accessories and minifigures and things like that. Pretty cool. And some other Red 5 swag. That's the name of our company for those of you who don't know. We have an online company named Red 5 Trading Company. We sell on Whatnot, we sell on eBay. So guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you're not following us, please give us a subscription, like the video, drop a comment, tell us what you liked, what figure was your favorite. We appreciate you guys being here, and we hope that you tune in for more videos and that you check us out on Whatnot and on eBay. We really appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Brick Brigade 99.